Do you know the spiritual meaning behind the fires in California and what really happened? Let's get into it. During the fire and currently, the planets Saturn and Venus are residing in the nakshatra, which is a portion of a sign of Aquarius called Purva Bhadrapada. It is the final portion of Aquarius. And the North Node, which is the North Star in astrology, in transit is currently in Uttara Bhadrapada, which is the following sign. Now, Purva Bhadrapada, before Uttara Bhadrapada, which is what Saturn is in, and Saturn teaches us lessons through pain, and then put it in Purva Bhadrapada, which is the trial by fire nakshatra. It's a lot. It's a lot of lessons through pain and trauma. And Venus being there as well is kind of, what people maybe found pleasure in. I don't know. There's finances were involved, and there's a lot of money laundering and just all of this stuff happening through the government there, right? So all of that was brought to light because of this tragedy. Unfortunately, a tragedy happened, but with Purva Bhadrapada, it happens for a very sacred and divine reason. It causes people to be disentranced by any falsehoods and to wake up to the truth. Basically, we're talking Aquarius and Pisces, so there's this aspect of it that's like illusion and then disillusion, and this disillusionment that happens and that brings you to the state of the ashes, which is Uttara Bhadrapada, following it, and then those ashes turn into a diamond, which is like ultimate truth and divinity and refinement. And I called this. I knew this was going to happen. All of y'all that know that taking the red pill was the right choice, this is just further confirmation. The state is now red. California is now entirely red. The New York Times, out of all publications, came out with an article, graph and all, statistics and all. The California is already all red. And I thought that was going to happen. I called it when I saw the fires. I was like, it's tragic, but this is going to change things for the better. It's going to save that state and the people in it. And I just didn't think it was going to happen that fast. California is red right now. It just like blows my mind. So yeah, it was definitely for divine purposes and reason that happened. And at the end, it's, it was extremely tragic and is extremely tragic, but it would have been more tragic if it just kept going down that train track with all of those people going to Pinocchio Island, or, staying there so long that they're not going to turn around. And they turned around. They're safe from Pinocchio Island. Purva Bhadrapada, on its shadow side, it's like Pinocchio Island. It's the no bounds, like godless, kind of moralless state that is, the stereotype of the area. And stereotypes are usually true for a reason. And not saying that everybody there was like that and that everybody deserved it. But it's just, the spiritual lesson that happens, for whatever reason that is, regardless of how much somebody might have been on Pinocchio Island or not. Now their whole state is getting rescued, basically has been rescued through this trauma. When we have something deeply ingrained within us, in our psyche, it takes a huge trauma moment to wake us up, to shake us out, to uproot us and help us to root ourselves into a different path that's better, that's true, that's righteous. Uttara Bhadrapada is the North Star. This is taking you from the rubble into the diamond, this tragedy, you know what I mean?